August of 1987 is what changed all of hip-hop, including Miami bass. This is when the SP-1200 was released. Now the SP-1200 is a sampler slash drum machine. What changed everything is now artists didn't have to go to studios and convey to an engineer or convey to a producer what they're wanting and hope that it gets interpreted correctly. The SP-1200 allowed an artist to take this home and in their own bedrooms or wherever sample drum sounds, loops, snippets, and piece them together in a way that nailed their vision, and then they could bring it to the studio and dump it to tape. Now, initially, after hearing Just Give the DJ a Break, people were so moved that they may have went out to buy the SP-12, but once they got to the store, usually Ace Music, they found the SP-1200 ready to go. And possibly the first Miami record to come out to use this was Just Give the DJ, or excuse me, Give It All You Got. The first record to come out using SP-1200, to my knowledge, is Give It All You Got by Afro-Rican, Derek Ramang's group. This combines some of the elements of Two Live Crew, as well as some of the elements of Just Give the DJ a Break, like the multi-tonal bass, even citing and referencing Just Give the DJ a Break within the song. This is a massive hit, possibly one of the most memorable Miami bass hits there are. This became sampled later on when the Black Eyed Peas, 20 years later plus, decided to make their tribute to Miami bass with Fergalicious' song. Vision Records was actually a label in Miami that should have nothing to do with Miami bass. Vision Records was well invested within the professional realm. Steve Alamo, being the outcast from the former TK days, when TK Records closed down, Steve Alamo was without a job. Ron and Howard Albert, the two engineers of Criteria Studios, well, when Criteria sold, they were out of a job. They all attempted to retire and go fishing, but it didn't work out. They needed to be in the business, and they figured they were who was more poised to do it. At the end of the day, when you get a mogul together with two perfect engineers, investors to build a studio, and greats such as Betty Wright and Stephen Stills, it seems like a successful formula. The irony is it went nowhere, and haphazardly a project landed in their lap that makes Vision Records somewhat a Miami bass label, and that was Bobby Ford Sr. Bobby Ford Sr.'s son, Bobby Ford Jr., was also known as MC Cool Rock. And MC Cool Rock was being funded by his father. And they got a producer by the name of Beatmaster Clady, who had already had a couple records out, who in turn hired DJ Magic Mike, who he heard on the radio, to come in and do cuts and co-production and so forth. Magic Mike brought in his best friend at the time, which was Prince Raheem. And Cool Rock brought in his friend, MC Chazzy Chess. And combined, they had two exceptionally strong singles that became expanded into a full album. Initially, they were releasing these singles independently, Bobby Ford's Rock Force Records, but once Vision got on board and re-released it, it got it to a larger audience. The first single was called Clady Get Funky, sort of a homage to the beat maker, the producer of the song. But it was really the dub version, the B-side, that became more notable, where they just improvised instead of having any actual rap lyrics. The improvising was just talking, making up things, joking around. But the hook was Boot the Booty. This is the first Miami bass song to mention booty, to reference booty as subject matter. It should have been a fluke, it should have been a joke, but it was a major hit. And the other song was Creep Dog, and Creep Dog was remixed multiple times over and prominently featured the great turntablist work of DJ Magic Mike. This refined Miami bass's turntablist element that Mr. Mix pioneered with Two Live Crew. Because for all of Two Live Crew's gimmicks or mixed directions in their early days, well, Magic Mike refined it to a height that certainly could be called art, fairly.